Welcome to VSP News Online for Thursday, July 23rd. I'm Peter Cattell. The murder of Job Solomon Tucker, the first murder of 2015, is under detailed police investigation, and police are appealing for witnesses. During a press conference today, Chief Inspector Namiah Astwood and Acting Inspector Jason Smith made appeals for assistance in a case described to be in its infancy stages.
The death of Mr. Tucker marks our first murder of 2015, and we are taking this investigation very seriously. We are still in the infancy stages of this investigation, and heading up this investigation is Acting Detective Inspector Jason Smith.
On Tuesday night, the 21st day of July 2015, a few minutes after 11 p.m., a group of males had an altercation with the victim outside of his residence on Woodland Road in Sands. During this altercation, the victim, who is identified as Job Solomon Tucker, was stabbed in his abdomen. After being stabbed, the victim retreated into his residence where he sought refuge from his attackers. The assailants broke windows in an effort to gain entry into the house, but despite their attempts to gain entry, they were unsuccessful. The victim was taken to the hospital via ambulance, where he succumbed to his injuries about 6:45 a.m. the following day, Wednesday, the 22nd day of July. We're interested in speaking with anyone who can identify the movements of the victim prior to his arrival at his residence on the night of the stabbing, his movements during the daytime hours of Tuesday, 21st of July, and any and all of his associates and friends. They are members of the public, and in particular, residents of the Woodland Road area that will be familiar with the victim, with his friends, and with his movements. There are also residents that would have heard the glass shattering and arguing during this unfortunate attack. We are asking those members of the public to be bold and to come forward and to assist us with this investigation and to bring closure to the victim's family and to his friends. We would like to assure the public that this was not a random attack, but what appears to be a targeted attack by unscrupulous individuals. We are again calling on the public to be bold, as there are people in the community who are close to the deceased and who live in that community who can assist us with this investigation, and we are appealing directly to those individuals.
Representatives, leaders, cabinet ministers, and senior civil servants from 7 overseas territories are meeting in Bermuda today and tomorrow in preparation for their joint ministerial council meetings in London late November. Addressing the delegates at the Rosewood Tuckers Point Resort, Premier Michael Dunkley pointed out the importance of approaching the UK government in strength. This was echoed by Cayman Islands Premier Alden McLaughlin.
These meetings are critical because we all have issues within our territories that we have to face on a regular basis, whether it's domestic issues or overseas issues. And as overseas territories, I appreciate the strength in us coming together and us communicating and us building positions of consensus as we move forward to discuss with the UK authorities the challenges that we face. Obviously, members of the public are well aware of some of the issues that are on the forefront, such as beneficial ownership. But we all have our own unique challenges as well that we would like to get some strength from our colleagues in the overseas territories. We've had a productive first session this morning. We have sessions throughout the rest of the day and into tomorrow. The session this morning, I had the privilege of having the Deputy Premier with me as we talked about economic development, beneficial ownership, some banking issues. After this break, we'll go back and we'll talk about some of the issues in our territories as they concern health and the environment.
There is no question that the overseas territories are going to be required to establish some kind of platform by which UK law enforcement and tax regulatory authorities have access to beneficial ownership. And that is one of the critical issues that we are sorting through at this pre-JMC so that we are able to put forward a unified position when we go there in November.
Store owners at the Royal Naval Dockyard have expressed disappointment with the news that 2 Norwegian cruise line callers are cutting back their time in Bermuda waters for the remainder of the season. The Norwegian Dawn, which was scheduled to arrive at 11 a.m. on Sundays, will now arrive at 1 p.m. And the Norwegian Breakaway will now depart at 3 p.m. on Fridays and not 5 p.m. It may sound like small beer, said one unhappy dockyard tenant, but every minute counts in this business. To the often asked question, why do we need a new air terminal? Finance Minister Bob Richards has this definitive answer.
Hurricane Fabian was supposed to be a once-in-100-years hurricane. Well, when Hurricane Fabian hit Bermuda, our current terminal, where it is, was underwater up to the ceiling. Everything on the ground floor of the terminal was destroyed. All electronic equipment was destroyed. And the government spent, I think, $12.5 million repairing it. Now, that came from insurance, but the airport was out of commission for a long time, and all things, once we got the causeway rebuilt, remember that was also destroyed, airline matters had to be done manually, etc. So just from a continuity perspective, we need to have a terminal in a different place than what we have now to protect against hurricanes. Now, you'll recall that 100-year hurricane Fabian almost happened 10 years later with Gonzalo. And our airport, even though we didn't get the 100-year hurricane, as it turned out, there was severe damage done to the terminal with Hurricane Faye a few days before Gonzalo. So our terminal is not in good shape at all. Remember, the oldest parts were built in the 1950s. So it has come, it's way past the end of its useful life. And more importantly, it's in the wrong place. And it was always in the wrong place. So if we're going to spend money to improve our airport, there's no sense spending money on an airport that's in the wrong place. So we're going to have a new terminal that's going to be in a much better place, 300 meters from Castle Harbor. So that will, and it'll also be raised, I think, by 3 meters. So that will allow that a new facility to be much more hurricane resistant than what we have now.
And we'll be right back after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
The Family Center is hoping that there will be sufficient outpouring of interest from the 5,000 families it has counseled in the past 25 years to put together a major fundraising telethon in November called Children Come First. Executive Director Martha Dismont is inviting this alumni as such to join her for a reunion this Sunday, July 26th, and tell their story.
It is our 25th anniversary, and as Family Center's 25th anniversary, we wanted to celebrate it with the community. Therefore, on November the 18th, we're holding a telethon. It'll be about 6 to 11:30 p.m., and we're excited to be celebrating not only the work we've done in the community, but the people that have come through Family Center and been successful. So we're very excited about the telethon, November the 18th.
I want to hear their story so that you can present it later at the telethon. When's that going to take place?
Well, we're actually also going to be talking to some of our past clients in a bit of a barbecue that we're hosting on Sunday, July the 26th, this Sunday. We're excited. It'll be from 2 to 6 p.m. right here at Charity's House, a barbecue in the back. We are excited to see a lot of the clients that have come through Family Center and talk about their successes and to celebrate them. So that's July 26th, this Sunday from 2 to 6 p.m. at Charity's House. And if you've been through Family Center in the first 15 years or so, come see us and be with us so we can talk about the good that's going on for you and your family.
You must know from, obviously, previous experience that this is going to attract interesting stories because people are not ashamed to say that they've been helped.
Right, and certainly in the early days of Family Center, we had a lot of students who came through our tutoring program. So we want to make it very clear that these are not necessarily all families that have had serious emotional problems. These are young people that needed some help academically, who participated in our summer camp, which was academic in the morning and recreational activities all afternoon. So these are people that simply have come through Family Center for one reason or another. And so they're not all sensitive issues that families came to Family Center for. So we're just inviting those who were associated with us to come out and talk to us about success that they've had.
The BBC ran another TV report on the start of the America's Cup Series in Portsmouth this morning, and for the first time mentions the role of Bermuda in hosting the finals in 2017. The following excerpt gives Bermuda residents a feel for what it will be like in October of this year, when we welcome the third series in the 3-year schedule of racing.
Back on the Solent for the first time in 164 years. The America's Cup teams gliding out of Portsmouth Harbour in their flying boats. The Land Rover BAR team led by Sir Ben Ainslie, alongside France, Sweden, Japan, New Zealand, and of course the Cup holders, Team Oracle from America. This is what's coming up. 6 one-ton vessels skimming through the water on carbon fibre foils, at sea speeds hitting 50 miles an hour. The racing is fast and brutal, an unleashed dash over 25 minutes. They're more like planes than boats, the crews in crash helmets, not sailing caps. Sir Ben Ainslie knows this is the world's oldest sporting trophy. He won it last time with the Americans. Now he wants to bring it home for Britain.
We've never won it in Britain. That's what we're all working towards with our team, to right that wrong and get the trophy back here where it belongs.
Portsmouth is ready to welcome 500,000 visitors for the event over the next 4 days. One of a series where vital points will be earned for the finals in Bermuda in 2017.
The world's best student debaters will be traveling from 52 countries to Singapore this weekend for the 2015 World School Debate Championships, and there will be a Bermuda team among them. The local team will comprise Lucian Anderson from Berkeley, Megan Sutcliffe of BHS, Kamika Jackson from Berkeley and the Bermuda College, and Namrati Bicht, also of BHS. Education Minister Wayne Scott commended the four for the effort they had put into their challenge and wished them well after congratulating debating coach Gladstone Thompson and team manager Arlene Swan. 20 individuals and organizations from Warwick and Smiths will be honored by the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs at an emancipation ceremony at the Ruth Satan James Auditorium on Sunday starting at 7 p.m. The community heroes are John Barrett Sr., Dr. Norma Astwood, also known as Lady Blackman, Eugene Blakeney, Clarence Darrell, Mallory Darrell, Dr. George Burt, Gloria McPhee, Nurse Caro Spencer Wilson, Dr. Thomas Stowe, the Talbot brothers, Major Albert Benjamin, Nurse Iris Davis, Francis Harvey Edmondson, Julia Lightbourne, Herbert Simons, Adele Tucker, Martin Wilson, Cobbs Hill Methodist Church, PHC, and Warwick Workmen's Club. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
Team Bermuda experienced the highs and lows of international competition at the Pan American Games in Toronto yesterday. In track and field at the windy CIBC Athletic Stadium, Tyrone Smith had one of his best series of jumping ever in the men's long jump final, with 4 of his 6 leaps being 8 meters or greater. He ended up finishing 4th with a best leap of 8.07 meters that came on his 6th and final jump. After the competition, Smith let his feelings about his performance known.
I can't remember the last time I was this mad after a competition. It's probably the most I've ever jumped over 8 meters in a single competition without the haymaker, without the podium jump. So, other than that first one, which was pretty big, I don't know what it was, but again, a foul. So, very, very frustrated. The guy got one jump and not another jump for the whole competition, but that's just the way this event is. So, pretty angry, but nothing. I did what I could. I was really consistent over 8. Just didn't have the haymaker, is what I like to call it. So.
Earlier in the day, Aaron Evans finished 4th in Heat 1 of the men's 800 meters with a time of 1:49.30, while Shaquille Deal finished 8th in Heat 2 with a time of 1:52.25. Evans made the cut and will run again in tonight's final. In road cycling, Zanique Williams was not allowed to start the women's time trial when the seat on her bike was adjudged to be out of compliance with UCI guidelines during the pre-race check. Dominic Mayo did compete in the men's time trial, pulling out after 1 lap when the seat adjustments required by officials to comply with their interpretation of the UCI code left him in an extremely uncomfortable riding position, which put him in danger of injuring himself. The Bermuda Men's Davis Cup team went down 3-0 against Bahamas in their second Group B match going on in Panama. Kevin Manders, playing in the number 1 position, was the first on the court. He took on Rodney Carey, going down in straight sets in 1 hour and 42 minutes. Manders went down in the first set 7-6, 8-6 in the tiebreaker. He would be broken in the second set, going down 6-3. David Thomas was playing in the number 1 position against Kevin Major. Thomas was down 4-3 in the first set when he retired injured. In the doubles, the Bermuda pair of Jensen Bascom and Neil Towson went down in straight sets 7-6, 6-3 to Jamal Adderley and Marvin Roll. The Bermuda Football Association announced 2 teams yesterday, the first being the under-20 women's national team that will participate in Group 3 of the Caribbean Football Union's under-20 World Cup qualifiers. The under-20 women's team will depart Bermuda Friday, July 24th, to play Group 3 of the CFU under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers in the Dominican Republic. Bermuda will start their campaign on July 26th against St. Kitts and Nevis before facing Dominican Republic on July 30th. Both matches will be played at 5 p.m. Bermuda time. Meanwhile, the Bermuda Football Association also released an under-15 boys national team that will participate in Mexico's 5-nation tournament in Mexico City from August 2nd through to the 10th. The tournament will take place at the Centro de Alto Remito, the high-performance center and home of the Mexican national teams. The tournament will feature Panama, Canada, Qatar, Bermuda, and host Mexico. Bermuda's under-15 players and coaches were initially preparing to compete in the second edition of the CONCACAF Under-15 Boys Championship that was canceled earlier this year. 27 boats went to the start line for race day 13 of the Wednesday night sailing series that starts and ends in the Hamilton Harbor. Crossfire crossed the line first with a time of 1:04.01 and with the corrected time of 1:10.13, so then finished third on the night. Nasty Madison was the second boat to cross the line with a time of 1:07.32 and with their corrected time of 1:13.40, so then finished tied for 8th on the night. The third boat to cross the line on the night was Smokin', clocking 1:10.10 and with their corrected time of 1:04.52, so then finished first on the night. Honey Badger was second on the night with a corrected time of 1:05.59, this after recording a time of 1:11.22. Passion was fourth on the night with a corrected time of 1:15.11, and Yobster finished fifth on the night with a corrected time of 1:15.51. After verifying recent results following the Swim Ontario Summerfest, held in London, Ontario, and the Barry Hansen Open, held at the Bassa Pool, the Bermuda Amateur Swimming Association has updated their short course meter records. During the Swimming Ontario Summer Festival, Elin Daly broke the 9-10 girls 50-meter freestyle record of 29:37 when she touched the wall in a time of 29:06. Daly also set a new 100-meter freestyle record, clocking a time of 104.85, breaking her own record of 105.14. Daly set a new 200-meter freestyle record of 2:21.94, breaking Ashley Irby's record of 2:26.14, set on June 10, 2012. Daly set a new 200-meter backstroke record, clocking 2:35.54, breaking Emma Harvey's record of 2:42.24. And Daly set a new 100-meter breaststroke record of 1:24.96, breaking her own record of 1:25.63. During the 9-10 boys, Elijah Daly set a new 200-meter backstroke record of 2:51.89, breaking Nicholas Thompson's record of 2:56 flat. In the Barry Hansen Open, the 9-10 girls record of 50-meter butterfly was broken by Elan Daly, recording a time of 32:03, breaking Emma Harvey's record of 32:56, set on October 14, 2012. Daly set a new 100-meter individual medley record, touching the wall on a time of 1:13.80, breaking Emma Harvey's record of 1:16.34. In the 13 and 14 girls age group, Emma Harvey broke her own 100-meter butterfly record of 1:08.08 when she clocked a time of 1:05.48. In the 13 to 14 boys category, Ethan Daly broke a record that stood for more than 25 years in the 100-meter individual medley, clocking a time of 1:06.85, breaking Jerry Mewitt's record of 1:07.10, set on August 1st, 1989. I'm Earl Basden reporting from Toronto, Canada at the Pan American Games for VSB Sports.
Now the weather for Friday, July 24th. There will be sunny breaks with occasional showers with a risk of early thunder. Winds will be west-southwesterly and moderate, increasing moderate to strong at times with stronger gusts in precipitation. The high will be near 85 Fahrenheit, the low near 78 Fahrenheit. This weather report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Thursday, July 23rd. I'm Peter Cattell.